What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video, and today we're talking about different ways to make gold in Classic WoW. As you're playing Classic WoW, you might think that making gold can only be done in certain ways, and the point of this video is to show you that you can make gold in a lot of different ways. You don't have to farm for gold if you don't like farming, likewise you don't have to do mage boosting if you don't like that part of the game, so there are a lot of different ways you can make gold to afford your BOE gear if you want to buy gear while leveling, or consumables at level 60, or even get enough gold for your mount at level 40, or the epic mount as well at level 60. Or maybe you're just preparing for TBC, you want to have flying in TBC, right? That costs gold as well. Either way, let's talk about different ways to make gold in Classic WoW. I should also say that I have a gold making guide showing you even more about making gold that you can check out through the link down below in the pinned comment. This guide also gives you early access to gold making content, so gold farms, investments, the best tips and tricks, you will get early access to that, and it has some exclusive tips and tricks as well in that gold making guide, and the Discord server you get access to. Check it out, link down below, pinned comment. Either way, let's have a chat. So method number one is going to be farming, and for this part of the segment of the video, we're going to be talking about open world farming for the most part, even though you can do dungeon farms as well. This is where you effectively trade your time to make gold, so you spend your time in the open world or in dungeons farming for gold. Now the good thing here is you can farm gold while you're leveling, and that way you're grinding experience and gold at the same time. I should also say for this video I will try to leave some more links down below in the pinned comments so you can check out more videos about this, and I'll give you, for example, link to a huge farming video that I have covering how to farm gold in every single level bracket. It's almost a 1 hour video talking about how to farm gold all the way from level 1 to level 60. That way you know exactly where to farm at what level, and it will give you many different farms you can do. As shown on the screen right now, we're in the level 30 bracket, or like middle of the level 30 bracket, closing in on level 40, and we're farming gold at the same time. So I'll leave a link to that one, and as we go through other ways of making gold, there will be links down below going more in depth into those methods as well. Either way, for farming, it's all about finding a place and farm gold. You can either farm for raw gold, or like this farm right here, take advantage of quest items like Jungle Remedy and Green Heels of Stranglethorn and sell those on the auction house, or you can find materials. You can start farming elemental earth, elemental fire, elemental water, or even more expensive materials as well. Just find out where they're dropping and then go out and farm them. This is arguably going to be the easiest way to make gold, because all that is required is to have a character in a certain level bracket, and then go out and spend your time and get paid for your time. Obviously, the gold per hour here will vary quite a lot, and it can go all the way from 5 gold per hour to 50 gold per hour, sometimes even more as well. So it depends on a lot of things, like what level are you, where are you farming, are you on the PvE server, PvP server, what class are you, what level are you, and those kind of things, and how well geared are you as well. Basically, a lot of different factors. Either way, farming for gold is technically the easiest, but also at the same time, maybe not the best. Either way, let's check out method number 2. Now the second way of making gold in Classic WoW is going to be crafting for gold, and over here all you're basically doing is crafting certain items, trying to hunt the most profit possible, and over here you can do two things. Number 1, look for the most profit per item, and number 2, look for the best gold per hour by searching for high sell rate materials. In the case of alchemy, for example, you can make fire oil and stone scale oil, where you turn one material, aka fish, into another material, which is the oil, and then those oils are further used in other crafts as well. So basically, you are taking your time to make these oils, and then selling them to other people that don't want to spend their time making those oils. At the moment, this is about 60 gold per hour simply making oils, so you can make a lot of gold by simply buying fish and turning those into oils. And yeah, it's super easy, but you will need some starting capital here, because you first of all you will want to have alchemy skilled up, and then you need to have gold to buy the fish on the auction house as well. Either way, you can turn 30 gold into 90 gold in about an hour's time, so it's pretty easy over here as well. And alchemy is just one profession that I'm talking about here. You can, for example, have tailoring and make bags and then make gold that way. Likewise, you can have enchanting and sell enchants, even though you can't put those on the auction house. You can advertise your enchants in trade chat and then sell those enchants. You can also have any combination of tailoring, leatherworking and blacksmithing and sell gear on the auction house as well. Basically, find the professions that you like the most and find ways to make gold with them. The next method of making gold is going to be one that a lot of people are familiar with, and this is an old recording because this ledge right here no longer works on the anniversary servers or even Season of Discovery, so just keep that in mind when looking at this footage. But mage boosting currently is one of the best ways to make gold, especially when it comes to farming, because you are technically farming and you're selling boosts at the same time. And from this you can make anywhere from 50 gold per hour doing stockades, or I guess 60 gold per hour at the moment doing stockades, or you can make up to 500 gold per hour doing something like Marauding or lower Blackrock Spire. It just depends on how skilled you are and the amount of stress you're willing to put on yourself, because some boosts are way more stressful than the other ones. Either way, mage boosting can be very good, but it's also like, it's a moral aspect, because some people absolutely hate mage boosting and refuse to take part of it, and other people take it for what it is, it's allowed to do, and therefore you can use it to make a lot of gold. Either way, it's worth a mention. Now another way of making gold, and this one it will be based on you already having some gold, so take any of the other methods we've talked about so far to make some starter gold, and once you have gold, one of the main ways that I'm making gold, for example, is through investing. So that is the method talking about here, how to spend the gold you currently have into items that will very likely go up in price, and therefore make gold that way as well. To use the anniversary service as an example right now, I have turned 2,000 gold into 10,000 gold, and you can see here's my TSM ledger with 6,000 gold in it. We also have about 3,000 gold in my bags on the bank that I did show you in the previous footage, I believe. Just go back like 30 seconds in time. Either way, I've turned about 2,000 gold into 10,000 gold on the anniversary servers, and that is mainly through investing into items that I was pretty confident would go up in price. And here you can see the current investments that I still have. Now, investing into items is a very good way to make gold if you know what to invest into and you understand there will always be a risk. For example, Blizzard has made some changes to Black Lotus, which made the price go way down, but the prices has gone back up again, so if you timed your cards correctly, you could have bought Black Lotus while it was cheap, sold them when it was expensive, buy back in when it was cheap again, and now it's back to being expensive one more time. Here you can see the bags on my bank, for example, with 3.7k, just wanted to show you that. So 3,700 gold plus 6,000 gold right now in my investments as well. So for investments, it's all about knowing when to buy and when to sell, and the good thing about Classic WoW is that you know what's coming out in which phase. You, for example, know that Blackwing Lair comes out in phase 3, and you know that Darkman Fair comes out in phase 3, and you know that Rank 14 comes out in phase 3. Likewise, you know Surgurub comes out in phase 4, you know AQ comes out in phase 5, and you know that Noxramas comes out in phase 6. And knowing just those things, like knowing the content when it comes out, allows you to plan ahead of time. So investing can be very good, but it's all about knowledge and understanding risk management and diversifying your investment so you don't put all of your eggs into one basket. Either way, I have multiple videos about investments, so hopefully you get the point. Now, the last method that I want to talk about also is kind of investments like, but it's flipping. Now, this is basically where you buy something cheap and sell it expensive, and the main differential between investments and flipping is that flipping is usually done pretty fast. You can buy things cheap and you pretty much buy them all out and you reset the price. One example of this would be when I flipped Boggling Root, for example. It was 30 silver each on my server. I bought absolutely all of them until it was 1 gold, and I started selling them for 1 gold, and guess what? The price never went back down again under 1 gold after, so I single-handedly flipped the price of boggling root from 30 silver to 1 gold, and it's been stabilizing around that price ever since. Now, when it comes to flipping, that is even more risky than investments, because you are trying to flip something very quickly, usually on the day where you buy everything out, and then you start selling things on the same day for a much more increased price. So if investing is already too risky for you, well, I'm just gonna say, flipping is even more risky, but you can also make a bunch of gold. Now, one easy way to flip in my experience is usually reacting to either announcements of a patch or a phase, or the release of a phase. So for example, when phase 3 comes out, you can flip certain items relevant to phase 3 that are in demand on day 1, because people are willing to pay almost anything to get their items when they want to have them, because people pay for convenience. If you want to have a certain item, you don't really care what the price is, unless it is ridiculously high. So one example of that is going to be Arcanite bars when phase 3 comes out, as people want to craft their Thunder Fury, and if they have to pay 150 gold per bar instead of 100 gold to get their Thunder Fury on day 1, a lot of people will, because that is a 50% price increase, sure, but at least they get their Thunder Fury. So you can flip certain items like that and make a lot of gold, but once again, be aware, it is risky. Either way, that is a video talking about different ways to make gold in Classic WoW, and once again, I will leave some resources down below in the pinned comment to give you even more information that you can watch those videos to get more in-depth detail about every single individual method of making gold. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, and if you're making gold in any different ways, let me know in the comments. Either way, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.